Hey guys, Diving Ninja 02 coming at you with another haul video. This is probably going to be my biggest and best haul video for quite some time. I picked up some gems and I'm actually going to come out in front of the camera here because I gotta show you what all I got, and I'm just so excited about it. But this is me. Hi. Sorry I haven't shaved in a while, but anyway, the first thing I picked up here was a game from the local console game exchange, old retro store in the mall here. What happened was the guy, I usually go in and he knows me on first name basis and everything, and I hadn't been there in a while, like 3 months. I was, saving up some money for Christmas and everything, but as soon as I walked in, he's like, "Hey, I've got a Christmas present for you," and I'm like, "Okay, bring it on." Well, some girls had come to the store with, I guess, all their dad's old games, and they were unloading it for cash, and they had one weird game in there that they ended up asking how much they could get for, and the store owner said, well, he can't really authenticate it, that it's not really a normal game type thing, so he can't really give them much. They ended up saying, okay, whatever, we don't really care. And so he held it for me, knowing that I collect variants and all kinds of weird stuff. And so he just knew this would be something unique to my collection, and sure enough, it is. At first glance, it looked like someone just had it's like a test card, or like someone was, I guess, messing around in their, garage card or something. But upon closer inspection, if you look here, on the front of the cart, chips down here at the bottom, is the word joust on both of them. And I thought to myself, well, that's actually a common title. And so I plugged it in and to the NES, and sure enough, the Joust game came up. And I checked Nintendo Age for similar type items, and sure enough, like some games that have these two chips sticking out, like more than the cartridge itself, are actually prototypes. And so I was getting on there talking with two actually brothers, the Nolan brothers on Nintendo Age, that they do nothing but pretty much collect prototypes, and these chips, I guess, can be like wiped over time or something, or they call it bit rot, and if you don't like dump the game. So I ended up sending it to them. I don't have any of the hardware or equipment or anything. They dumped it for me, and they were reviewing it, and sure enough, they believe also too that it is the only known copy of the prototype of Joust. So indeed, something very unique to my collection, and I'm very excited to get this, and for free nonetheless, because the store manager said, he's not going to sell it because he can't authenticate it. So that was probably the coolest thing I've gotten yet. But also, I went to the local Goodwill and had picked up a bunch of Nintendo stuff for cheap here recently. Ended up system for $5. It didn't have any of the hookups or anything, but I had plugged it in and it works. It just has some lines in there. I'm not quite sure what that is, but I'll have to check that out later and test that. They were also selling some controllers for $1 and $2 a piece, so ended up with 2 regular controllers, 2 Max controllers, and not 1, not 2, but 3 zapper guns. Got the gray one and the orange ones here, all for $2 a piece. And then this next thing I got, I saw it was a system bundle, and it was $45, and I knew I was instantly going to get it, even though it was just an NES system bundle for $45. Came with the power cord and the RF adapter, but it's just looks like a normal system, and it looks like one of those normal things that you could just pick up off the street. But if you get closer here, you look at the top, you can see that it has a sticker on here that says RacerMate has modified this Nintendo Entertainment System to use RacerMate CompuTrainer cartridges as well as Nintendo cartridges. And for those of you that don't know, there was a company called RacerMate that ended up producing a game for cyclists that had a whole stationary bike setup for the Nintendo. And what you would have to do is actually send in your Nintendo to this company, and they would modify it, like removing the lockout chip and things, so that it could play both games. And actually, every time they do that, on the bottom of the system here, you can see they this was number 375. I guess the 375th one they did. And so these systems are like really rare nowadays, and because the people who like to play video games didn't necessarily buy it for the bike. It was mainly cyclists. And I hear actually some cyclists still use these today, and it's really cool because it can like produce friction and stuff on the wheels if you're going up hills, up and down. But so the system by itself is just a cool find, but this actually came with the port that for the controller plugs. You put it in here, and then it's got it didn't come with these wires that actually go to the bike setup itself, but you put the two wires in the end there, and it goes to the resistance wheel and everything. And then also one of the rare, hard to find, unlicensed games that it came with the Racer Mate Challenge 2. I don't know why they called it 2 again, but anyway, this was probably 65, 90 bucks by itself, just the game. But to find the system, which you hardly ever see this system, you usually see the top loader modified for the Racer Mate. But very, very cool, awesome find. 2 really, really sweet adds to the collection just in a short period of time. And so I'm just excited to bring that to you and add it to the room. So until next time, hopefully there'll be another big score.